So let's take a brief overview of the DisplayNote Session Manager. The Session Manager gives you a complete overview of everything that's happening in DisplayNote, from participant status, how to turn on collaboration, pause a session, send messaging, turn on audio, and for that all-important session ID. So let's take a closer look and a deeper dive into the DisplayNote Session Manager. The Session Manager is designed to give presenters a complete overview of everything that's happening in a session. So click on our Session Manager icon within our floating toolbar. That brings and opens up the Session Manager, and here we can see how many participants are in the session and what status those participants are at. So here I can see there's 3 participants. They're all got a green light beside them, so they're all active. If they're gone from anywhere up to 30 seconds, they turn amber, and if they're gone for more than 30 seconds, they're deemed as inactive. Of course, participants can go to other apps within DisplayNote and then come back and rejoin the session at any time. Moving from left to right, in terms of the icons, we have the ability to share audio. So DisplayNote works both in a room, or you can join and start sessions remotely. So I can start a session in one country and participants can join me from another country. And as well as sharing what's on my screen and any annotations, I can also share the audio with them, and I can receive audio in return. The view screen functionality allows me to view what's on a participant's screen when they're working within DisplayNote. So perfect for when the idea of when a presenter becomes a curator of information, so taking what's on their device and showing that back to the room. Next we have collaboration, and that allows one or many to interact with the content that I'm showing them, so they can share annotations, they can share notes, and they can share images and pictures. And over to the right hand side we've got the pause session, so simply pausing a participant's device, so for those moments when I want them to look to the front, or maybe there's an experiment happening. And I can also send messages to students. So let's just pick a student, open message, so I can type a message and receive messages throughout the session. Let's go back, and at any time if I want to quickly take a look at the Session Manager, I can click the little information button, and that brings up the Session Manager in large text. So if you're working in a large lecture hall and you have this on the main display, it should be pretty easy for everyone to see the 12-digit code and to join the session from that. Some other options: I can end the session from the Session Manager, and I can also invite participants via email. So if you're in the same room as me, I'll give you the session ID verbally. If you're working in another country or another department or somewhere else remotely, I can invite you via email. So really all that does is send the session ID to the selected participants.